Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for coming. We have received 5 apologies from councillors Jennifer Anderson, Martin Smith, Donna Greenfield, Callum Clark, and Cheryl Chateau, and therefore, in accordance with Clause 510 of the Ku-ring-gai Code of Meeting Practice, the meeting has to be adjourned at the commencement of the meeting where the number of apologies received for the meeting indicates that there will not be a quorum for the meeting. And then it follows in 511 that the chairperson may adjourn the meeting to a time, date and place. So firstly, I would like to say a few things before I set the date for the next meeting, if that's all right with you guys. So we received notification that 5 councillors were not attending tonight's meeting. The 5 councillors are the same block of 5 who have been absent from meeting of councils for 4 times, depriving this council of quorum to conduct business of council. Now, some councillors from the block of 5 have said they belong to a faction of 5 councillors, and hence there is a 5-5 split on this council of 10. Now, I can categorically tell you that whilst he may belong to a faction of 5, there is no other block of 5 there's no other block of 5 on this council. Now, what you see here tonight are 5 councillors performing their duty as a councillor in accordance with the oath he or she has taken and the provisions of the Local Government Act, which is, among other things, to attend council meetings. I can prove to you that the 5 councillors here today have been coming to council meetings regardless who the mayor was, and we certainly do not vote as a bloc. I have debated and voted against every single councillor here today, and they have done the same to me and with each other without fear of sanctions or fear of prejudice. This, I believe, is enshrined in our legislation and by our founding fathers of democracy. We debate the issue, not the person. The block of 5 do not share this view, for otherwise they will not be absent repeatedly as a bloc. It is as if saying to the residents of Ku-ring-gai, she will only attend council meetings if she was mayor. Now, there is a very important thing to note, because on 4th of December, you'll be electing councillors for Ku-ring-gai. Would you vote for someone who won't attend meetings because the agenda doesn't suit them? Thank you. And I would ask councillors who have taken the trouble to attend all 4 meetings, if they have something to say, please say it now. Yes, Councillor Kelly.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I echo your thoughts and sentiments because I believe that's a true reflection of what's been happening here in Ku-ring-gai. I've attended meetings where I don't particularly agree with some of the propositions being put forward by people both in this room, in this virtual room, and also those who are absent. But I see it as my civic duty to represent the residents of Gordon and the wider residents of Ku-ring-gai. I must say that over the past few days, I have noticed a couple of things. One is a very small and vocal group of activists who've been putting forward ill-conceived, illogical and ill-advised comments in social media particularly, and also in email to me and to others, I guess, who are here and who are absent. The contents of those comments and those emails demonstrate to me that they don't understand what's been going on. They claim to be aware of secret meetings, which is totally illogical. Otherwise, they wouldn't know of the meetings if they were secret. And they make all sorts of claims which are just not factual. And some of them have corrected the information that they've published when they've found out what the facts are. Others have just blindly repeated themselves in different platforms to push a narrative that is
I'm
not...
sorry, Councillor Kelly, sorry. We just need to be a little bit cautious with impugning the intentions of councillors.
No, I'm talking about the residents, Mr. Mayor, not the
I'm
councillors.
sorry, I'm not referring to this particular statement. It's not just to you, but to everyone as well. Thank you.
No, that's fine. However, and that's probably as much I want to say about that group. There is another group who've been contacting me in my position as a councillor, and these are what I would call the silent majority. And these are people who just said, look, you know, we understand what's going on. We don't like what we see. We're upset that, you know, the events are unfolding as they are, and they can't wait till the 4th of December to demonstrate their disquiet about the conduct of certain people involved with the council. And, you know, I don't know which way they intend to vote, and they may well find my conduct unpalatable. However, the difference between the two is the people who I've had most of the contact with are keeping to themselves, keeping their own counsel, as in COUNSEL, and will vote with their conscience and with what they believe is true democracy on the 4th of December.
Thank you.
That's really all I need to say. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? Oh, yes, Deputy Mayor. No.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I think it's appropriate to ask first, when you received the apologies from 5 of our councillors, did they state a reason why? Like, was there a medical emergency or a family matter or something like that? Because it's...
I just need to seek clarification on that. Just a moment. Can you give me about 1 minute to come back to you on that while you can carry on?
Okay, sure. So from my point of view, like sometimes in life there are situations when things happen and you just can't make it to council meetings, and that's all well and good. One fantastic thing that we've had in the last year or so is we've been able to innovate, and we've been able to discover, look, we can meet online, we can meet on Zoom. And that's made it a lot easier to attend council meetings, a lot easier now than it has been in the past. I know, for example, tonight that this meeting actually clashed with a family reunion that I have here in Roseville at my parents' place. And so I went, had family dinner, and then I had to interrupt my family dinner just to join and carry on the business of council. So I am very encouraged that with Zoom, with online meeting, and until the end of this year, we have this privilege and ability to meet from the convenience of our own home, or if we're out at a relative's place, or even at a park, which I was at last time. And yeah, I do hope that, like sometimes, yes, there may be a medical emergency or family matter or something like that, and I totally get it if you cannot make it. But otherwise, I would hope that when councillors are paid to do their job, that they do show up and take their responsibilities seriously. And also on the matter of voting patterns and all of that, I can quite confidently demonstrate, at least in the last year or two, for sure, that if there's ever a situation where it's not unanimous, or if it is not 5-5 with the casting vote either way, I'm usually in the losing half of it, whether it be 1 verse 9, 2 verse 8, 3 verse 7, whatever it is. Well, actually, there may be times when I support some of the ideas proposed in notice of motions as well. So, but most of the time, it's not. It's not. I don't think it's a voting block. I'm just voting based on the merits of an issue most of the time, and sometimes that means I might support other councillors based on the merit of their idea, and sometimes it means that I can't support it. And at this upcoming ordinary meeting of council in October, when we've got 33 different items, some of which are very significant, like Benfield Club or basketball courts, or whether or not there's a climate emergency, or Bates Park, things like that, how our weights are used. These are all big significant items, and I know that Roseville Memorial Club, these are all things where I may be voting in a way that's very different to many of the other councillors here in this chamber and who aren't here at all. But basically, yeah, we are councillors, we are independents, we vote based on the merit of the idea, or that's what I'd like to see. And I'd love to see next council term a group of 10 councillors who do continue to vote on each idea based on their individual merits. And I totally get that as a councillor, you may have a different perspective to another councillor. And when that happens, I do hope that the councillors tackle and debate the issue rather than the person. And it's unfortunate to see that a lot of the things that have played out recently have been about the people, not the issue in and of itself. So that's what I've got to say for now, but thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you. I have the information that you have sought. So Councillor Chateau, prior engagement; Clark, prior engagement; Greenfield, personal commitments; Anderson, prior commitment; and Smith, prior commitment. Those were the reasons.
Okay. They must be very busy people.
Yes.
Okay.
Does Councillor Kay or Pettit?
Yes,
I'm sorry, Councillor Pettit.
Oh, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, and this is the first time I actually get to say Mr. Mayor. The last 3 mayors that I've served under have all been female, so we seem to be getting a little bit of gender balance. To council staff, greatly appreciated for the extra hours you guys and gals put in. We do ask a lot of you at times, and we really appreciate the efforts that you put into making these meetings happen. It is difficult working those long hours, and councillors, we get elected to serve the people, to do the best we can, and to attend those meetings that you may not necessarily want to be available for. I can appreciate that people have commitments elsewhere and prior engagements, etc., but as the public face of your ward and of the council, people expect you to be there 24/7 if you have a problem, if they have a problem. So I think it is beholden on us as councillors to attend as many meetings as possible, and only not attend, in extraordinary circumstances. Residents come along, they want to hear us, staff do all the hard work in preparing it and providing the necessary information. So for councillors to do the right thing, come along and vote and represent and appreciate what is given to us as being elected representatives, I would hope that we do get quorum for this extraordinary meeting at some stage. It's true, it's very hard to go to an election and say to prospective voters, vote for me, but I will only attend on meetings that I like the agenda items. And that's what might be perceived out in the community. Whether that's true or not, I'll leave that up to the residents. But from my perspective, I appreciate the Mayor calling these meetings as required, whenever so be it, and I'll be there to attend. And I encourage all councillors to attend. And even those that are in this alleged block of 5, I've certainly had some robust conversations, for example, with Councillor Smith, and I've certainly appreciated his counsel on a number of matters, and he's given me some alternative views, and I appreciate those sort of alternative views, and it's made me think about looking at things a little bit differently. So I would encourage them to attend, if possible, the adjourned meeting of this extraordinary meeting. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, sir. Councillor Kay.
Okay, I'll be brief. I do also concur with Councillor Kelly, Councillor Nye and Councillor Pettit. But from my own perspective, I'm disappointed that we as councillors are unable to conduct our regular business and having to continue to reschedule these meetings. I myself have been, and I believe also with Councillor Kelly, because I've seen the emails, have been accused wrongly of unethical behaviour. We have done nothing wrong. What I find is very intriguing is that the councillors that are not turning up have not been criticised at all by the public. The confidentiality of the subject matter has made it very difficult, especially for Councillor Kelly and myself, to discuss this matter. So it is disappointing, as I said, that we are not able to conduct our business in a regular manner. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you all. So we shall adjourn this meeting to Monday, 5 p.m. Thank you. Thank you all. I really appreciate staff coming all the way, to set this up and so on. We have IT, admin staff, and of course our corporate lawyer and our wonderful director here of corporate, and also our ranger as well. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you. Bye-bye. See you on Monday at 5 p.m. Bye.
Good night.